Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the weekly gaming playback, where we go over some of this week's news. Not everything, but just some things that we find interesting.
We're going to try and do this week by week, maybe. We'll see what happens. If it's a light week, if there's nothing we want to talk about in the news, we won't do an episode that week.
Yeah.
But we found some articles this week that we thought were funny. We're going to read a couple off, and then we're going to discuss it.
Just give you our thoughts and, opinions.
These are all opinions. First off, coming from Kotaku, the headline reads, "Players angry that OG Call of Duty Warzone will shut down this fall." With the continued support of Activision's new Battle Royale Warzone 2, which confusingly has been changed to Call of Duty Warzone, fans have become angry over the fact that the cosmetics, guns, and progression they have made in the first incarnation of their popular Battle Royale promise to be kept alive through the servers of the renamed Warzone Caldera will no longer be playable, as Activision have now confirmed that on September 21st, they will be shutting down the servers for the 2020 juggernaut Warzone Caldera. Quote, "As of September 21st, 2023, Call of Duty Warzone Caldera will shut down as our teams focus on future Call of Duty content, including the current Warzone free-to-play experience. Warzone 2.0 launched in November 2022 as a complete separate experience from the original Warzone, which was tied to Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and could only be played within that mainline game and launched back in March 2020.
It's insane to me that they're even trying to shut that down. Because imagine how much money
People have spent.
Yeah, on all of those battle passes, all of the crossover skins. I know that a bunch of people got the Rambo skins and the John McClane skins.
I bought the Terminator skin.
Yep.
I bought Snoop Dogg as well. I had to represent him.
The weird Attack on Titan skin that they also released for Warzone. It just doesn't make sense to me that they would shut that down. It feels like a middle finger in the face. Especially if you put money into that game. Imagine, my brother has a crazy amount of skins in Fortnite, a lot of skins. If they shut down Fortnite tomorrow, all that money's just gone. He does not have anything.
They should have just kept it Warzone. The fact that they changed the name of Warzone 2 to Warzone already, they could have just kept Warzone 1 as it is. They could have made it its own app. Warzone 1, same mechanics. That whole development time could have been saved literally for the development of the campaign, which, let's be real, Modern Warfare 2 was lackluster, that campaign. And same thing with the multiplayer. They could have focused all that effort that they put on this new Battle Royale onto the actual game that year. But they didn't. They wasted their time. It's crazy.
They literally just 2 steps forward, 1 step back with all of their shit.
And now Warzone, huge game from 2020, is just now completely gone.
And it's gone.
What?
It's gone. It's all gone.
Which, I was kind of okay with them keeping Warzone Caldera because at least I still had that game to go back to if I wanted to. Because let's be real, Warzone 2 is not as fun as Warzone 1. So going back to Warzone 1 is fun sometimes. But now they're just shutting it down. And hopefully maybe they do something because of that. Maybe they can focus, make Warzone 2 even better. But I feel like they've already lost a lot of faith going into Warzone 2. Any updates from now, I feel like.
It feels like a really cheap move too, because there's no way they haven't heard all the criticism from their players about all the changes to people aren't happy with the new Warzone 2 or now just Warzone. The previous Warzone was perfect where it stopped being developed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good at the end.
To then have Warzone 2 come out and, in little ways be an improvement, but most ways, just undo everything that the previous
all the mechanics are gone.
Yeah, undo all the mechanics that the previous game, built upon.
Start over.
Yeah.
They completely started over.
It's cheap to just go, all right, we get it. You guys don't like the new one, but you're gonna play the new one because we're just gonna shut down the one that is actually good because we know you guys can't stop playing it. And the only way to get you to play our new game is to make you stop playing our old game.
Yeah, which is insane. But, them's the break, so September 21st, that's the last time you get to play this, and probably play a couple more games because get a couple more wins. I did my goal. I finally got over 100 wins a year ago or so, and that was my biggest goal for the game, and I did that, and now it's going away. It's weird.
Moving on to our next story. So this article's from Game Informer, and it reads, Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1 heads to Switch. Launches in October.
Finally.
Finally.
It's weird that they gave Nintendo Direct the whole letting us know when the release date of this is for?
Yeah, I was not expecting that. Like, we got the soft, like, confirmation, like, after the Metal Gear Solid Delta remake of Snake Eater.
But I will say, let's be real, it is cool that these are coming to Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it makes sense, and I really want them on Switch, too.
Dude, a Metal Gear Solid 2 or 3 on the go is fucking amazing. I'm actually going to be able to play my Metal Gear games on not the PS3. I can finally sell it.
And the mods for that game are going to be insane.
The mods are going to be so good. I can't wait. And if the rumors are true about Volume 2, which I'm pretty sure they are, Metal Gear Solid 4 is going to come out in Master Collection Volume 2, and I can't wait to see that game on anything but a PS3.
Yeah.
Especially since it's been stuck there for 15 years. It's literally the only reason I still have a PS3 right now.
But they're giving you a lot in this collection, right?
Yeah, it comes with Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3, obviously. But it also comes with Metal Gear Solid 1's VR missions, which is like a
insane,
like a standalone, mission pack for Metal Gear Solid 1, which, granted, it's an old game now, but, if you're willing to learn the controls, they're both fun games, Metal Gear Solid 1 and its VR missions. But it comes with that, and it also comes with Metal Gear 1 and 2, which are the, predecessors to Metal Gear Solid, the franchise. Like, it's the actual start of, Solid Snake and this whole story. And that's crazy, because I'm pretty sure the only other way you can play that, besides emulation, is Metal Gear Solid 3 if you have the HD collection, or if you still have the PS3 version or something like that. But it also comes with digital soundtracks for all 3 of the games, graphic novels for Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2, the screenplays and master books, which I'm assuming are guides for Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2. But either way, it's a lot of shit. And it releases October 24th, and I swear to God I'm going to buy that game on almost every console I have.
I think I'm going to buy it at least twice.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on to our next one, I think the biggest one of the week is Elder Scrolls 6 is likely 5+ years away. This is coming from Engadget. With a rough first day in court for Xbox against their fight for the right to purchase Activision/Blizzard, Phil Spencer took to the stand in impressive fashion, fighting for why the acquisition was fair. In this time, he was asked about the potential of Elder Scrolls 6 being multi-platform, and he confirmed what we all expected, despite in 2018 Bethesda showing us a teaser for Elder Scrolls 6. It was far, far away. Quote from Phil Spencer: "I think we've been a little unclear on what platforms it will launch on, given how far out the game is. It's difficult for us right now to nail down exactly what platforms that game will launch on. It's the same team that's finishing Starfield, which comes out this September. So we're talking about it being likely 5+ years away."
They shouldn't have shown off anything of that game.
They really shouldn't have. They shouldn't have teased it in 2018. But this was before Bethesda had been bought out by Microsoft. So I feel like they were doing it just to appease their shareholders, showing something off, saying
straight up,
look, it's coming. Because I feel like we knew about Starfield coming, maybe, but at the same time, don't show the game that's coming out 5 years. Like, you're still having to develop it. In 2018, they were still deep in development of Starfield. They weren't starting at all. Like, unless they're talking about them getting pre-production, literally, like the writers maybe starting on it. But I don't know. The whole thing today too in court was that Phil Spencer said that he heard that PlayStation was going to buy Starfield off of Bethesda and make it exclusive to PlayStation, so he straight up bought Bethesda to stop that from happening. But I feel like we all understood that Elder Scrolls 6 was still a long ways away, even when we saw that trailer in 2018. I just didn't know that it was going to be 2028 to 2029 to 2030. And that's insane, because I played Elder Scrolls 5 in 2011, and I'm still playing it till today.
It's crazy that we might be in our 30s by the time Elder Scrolls 6 actually does come out.
I'm going to be 30 playing this game, but I'll be happy. I'll have a smile on my face.
Also, this feels like the Spider-Man thing, too, where the writers, they just finished,
Spider-Man
2, and then they announced after that they were like, alright, now we can finally get started on Wolverine. And it's like, wait a minute, you teased Wolverine 2 years ago. Why do that if the game's not even in development?
But even that, I feel like we knew that too. Just because we knew Spider-Man 2 was first. We knew Spider-Man 2 was going to be next. It's just I don't feel like they need to do this. It's weird too, coming from Bethesda, because they did one of the best reveals for a game, in my opinion, in Fallout 4. They literally revealed that a couple months before the game came out, right?
Yeah, it was
it wasn't that far off after they officially announced the game, and it was just a few months out, if I remember correctly. It was insane. It was so cool.
They were like, and it's out in November.
And you're like,
everyone was what the fuck?
It's weird now to be here in this awkward predicament. I mean, we did have Elder Scrolls Online, but like it's not the same as a mainline Elder Scrolls. Same thing how Fallout 76 wasn't the same as a Fallout game, like a full-fledged mainline Fallout game. And with the whole acquisition and stuff like that, at this point, just give Activision Blizzard to them. It doesn't matter. They can have Call of Duty, they can have all this stuff. Now they just have to focus on making games and making sure they all come out. That's what I want from Xbox more than anything.
And I really liked what they showed off at the Xbox showcase.
It was the best showcase this summer so far.
And truthfully, the only thing that can and has sold me on getting an Xbox Series X
is Starfield. So Phil Spencer, you made a good
job.
Good move.
Now I feel like I need to get an Xbox Series X because I really, really want to experience Starfield.
Yeah.
But I don't think any other game, despite like them having a solid showcase.
The only other one that really it gets me close is Fable. But I'm worried. I'm
but
a little
that's
worried
just a
about
CG
Fable.
trailer. Like
I feel like there was some gameplay mixed in. I'm not gonna lie, because I feel like I saw something on Twitter. Now, take that with a grain of salt because Twitter's Twitter. But I feel like I did see something where a game developer was like, "Wow, the fact that people think this is CGI is the best compliment." And I'm like, "Oh
okay,
no,
you
it's just."
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's Fable, and that trailer was pretty good.
It's also funny that they got Richard Adoy. I don't remember his last name.
But he's great.
Yeah,
he's great, and that intro with him and him being the giant, like it's great. I loved it.
On a funnier note, not a super important story, but I just thought it was interesting. This article is coming from Game Rant, and it reads, Diablo 4 player's 4-year-old gets their level 80 hardcore character killed. And it is exactly what it says. The 4-year-old got a hold of the parent's controller while the parent was making tacos, and when he came back, the screen just said, "You died." There's not much more that needs to be said. Rip to that little kid. You lived a good life. 4 years is pretty strong, probably some great memories.
That's wild. That sucks for the dad, for sure.
But I don't know if it's a mom or dad, but the parent, they were like, no, they weren't upset. They were just kind of a little like peeved and couldn't really, eat after that. But it's just a kid.
They couldn't eat their tacos after that?
No, it says in the article that they lost their appetite.
Oh, that's rough. I would have been
like, fuck it. But
I would have been sitting in front of my computer as I'm eating the tacos, going, "Oh man, I can't believe I lost my character."
I just want to say as a side note though, I think it's bullshit that disconnecting from the server in that game counts as a death for your character
on like one of those hardcore runs.
Yeah, which is also what that parent was like playing their game on. So level 80 on hardcore, they were really upset when that happened.
I will say both of us aren't MMO players.
No,
but I feel like Diablo 4 is the most we've talked about in MMO in a while, that we've been like, because it does look really good. Like, to be honest, the combat does look pretty nice. The art style looks really good. It looks like way less fantasy saturation than Diablo 3, if that makes sense. Like, they darkened it a little bit. They were like, all right, a little more gray, a little more neutral tones, I feel like, than Diablo 3.
A lot darker,
yeah. Like Diablo 2 a little bit.
It's bullshit that server disconnects result in a death. And also, it's an MMO, so I guess it's just something they have to do, but I don't like that you have to level up a new character every single battle pass that comes out.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
But maybe that's how it works. I don't know. We don't know MMO stuff.
Yeah, like, I don't know. A lot of people have multiple WoW characters, but I just assume in my head that it's like, all right, you've already maxed out your character and you don't know when the next expansion is, so you start a new character to try a different class or blah, 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 like that kind of stuff. But imagine getting, like, this guy had a level 80 character. Imagine getting to level 80 or 90, or I don't know what the level cap is, but you get all the way up there on hardcore and you're like, fuck yeah, this is my monk or my necromancer or whatever.
Always monk with this one.
Yeah, or something. Monks are fucking dope. But you get all the way up there and then you're like, all right, that's sick. This character's awesome. I can't wait to... Oh, shit. There's a new battle pass. I have to make a new monk with all new random drops and, like, things like... I don't know.
Yeah.
But also, I don't play games. Like I don't really like those kinds of games. I've tried to get into them too. The only MMO I could see myself getting into is Star Wars: The Old Republic, but that's only because it's Star Wars and
Yeah.
BioWare.
And now BioWare's leaving it.
Oh, they're not gonna work on Star Wars: The Old Republic anymore.
Yeah.
Who's gonna?
I can't remember who, but I can't even remember if they did announce who was taking over. But they're leaving it to go focus on Dragon Age 4 and Mass Effect 5.
You know what?
It makes sense.
Good for
it's
them.
time. It's time. They need to focus on those games. Those games need to hit, or else it's going to be rough.
Good for them, because you're right. They need to. Those games do need to hit, especially after everything that's been shown off recently. But I just really hope that all their old content, like the
It's
stuff
still
they
there.
started with, is still on Old
Yeah,
Republic.
yeah.
Because I do still want to try and go through that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's just I have a hard time getting into MMOs.
It's just the combat, I feel like.
It's that. It's like the
But their dialogue is there. It's
Yeah.
so cool.
dude. And when we were playing with our friend, and it was the three of us on a main story quest
Together.
and we all had options in this one dialogue choice, and it was a dice roll on which one of us would get to say what, and we all had different ways we wanted to approach
It
this.
was the coolest thing in a video game that I've experienced in like a while. It was really cool. Other than Tears of the Kingdom probably this year.
And I was not expecting that at all. And that, like, that's some BioWare shit right there.
But I think that's it for this week in news.
Yeah. Well, that's all the stuff that we wanted to talk about. Obviously, there's more stuff. There's a whole court case going on with,
And there's a lot of bombshells there, but you know what? Like I said earlier, just give it to them at this point. I'm over it.
Yeah, there's also a real war going on.
Hey, this is a real war for Phil Spencer, all right? This is his life, all right?
But thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe, do all that stuff. Share with your friends. Help us grow.
Yeah, we're gonna try and make more videos like this weekly, and then tune in for our Final Fantasy 16 gameplay video that we're gonna put out.
We hope you find this funny.
Hey,
tune
play
in.
me your playback, bro.
Play it back.
Play. Oh fuck! Play it back.
Dude, play it again. Play back.